Welcome to the Shoe in the Breeze Conversation with the DJ podcast with your host, Eric Lee and Lorenzo Ice-T Thomas.
What's going on, Ray?
What's going on, E. Lee?
Yeah, we back again, brother.
Yeah, man. It's been a minute, dog. Been a minute.
Yeah, man. But we coming back to do our thing once again.
That's right. That once again, it's on.
It's on its own. Welcome to Shooting the Breeze Conversations with the DJ. I'm yours truly, Eric Lee, and you are?
I be the L-I-T, the C-I-T, always on fire. I stay lit. Lorenzo Ice-T Thomas.
Oh, yeah, and this is where we get a chance to talk to some of our friends, industry folks, artists, comedians, musicians. We love to do it, and it's always fun and very, very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And of course.
To say the least.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And if you're checking us out right now, make sure you hit the like button. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscription button as well as the notification button. So as we release the content each and every Thursday, you'll be the first to know. Make sure if you want to drop us a chat, that's always easy. We'd love to have you a part of the show. But tonight, Lorenzo.
Yes, sir.
We got to change the pace tonight.
Okay, yeah, you threw a little curveball on me today, man.
You threw a curveball
Yeah, but I like it.
you.
I like it.
All right. Well, actually, it's a curveball, but it's not really a curveball because once we get into the conversation, she's about the music just like we talk about on a weekly basis right here on Conversation, Shooting the Breeze Conversation with the DJ. The young lady that we are about to bring on, she's a comedian, she's an actress, and she's fine. So we just gonna put it out there just like that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the ever-talented Miss Vanessa Fraction.
Ow! Okay.
Ow! What's up, fellas?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Okay. All right. I see you.
What it is, what it is.
Man, when she popped up on the screen, I had to say,
What?
Vanessa,
how you doing, Vanessa?
Oh man, I'm good. I like the iced tea business. I had just realized that it was lit.
Definitely.
I didn't catch that.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's the
that was hot.
L-I-T, Lorenzo Ice-T. That's what it stands for. You know, we had to break it down so it could forever and consistently be broke.
Okay, so I get to say my stuff.
Yes, you do.
Because I'm on the Nappy Boy Radio podcast with T-Pain. You gotta say it like that, right? Yeah.
Okay.
And so I'm Vanessa Fraction, aka Action Fraction, the main attraction. I'm your partner's distraction. Hey!
All right. I like that.
I'm just really in the place to be, so I'll take that. Shout out to my man Daniel Hunt. He's always checking out the show. Thank you, brother, for checking in, my brother.
What up, Daniel?
What up, Daniel?
Yeah. So, Nessa, we got a lot to talk about.
We do.
We got a lot to talk about. But first, man, let's start at the beginning. Where you from?
Oh, St. Louis, Missouri is where I was born. Raised in Chicago and a bunch of little cities and towns in between.
Okay.
I don't want to be wrong because then you get somebody from Sykeston be like, you used to live in Sykeston. And I'd be like, I lived in Sykeston. They're like, you used to live in Mount City, Illinois. I'm like, I used to live in Mount City, Illinois. I used to live in a lot of. You used to live in Springfield, Missouri. I used to live in Springfield, Missouri. So
well, you got the plugs in, so that's good. You know what I mean?
It
so
is. I didn't even say them all, but I just wanted all the other towns in between to know that you too can be represented.
Right.
So
yeah, that was a long answer to a short question.
So Vanessa, generally Lorenzo and I, we talk to a lot of music industry folks. We talk about they were pretty much the folks on the back end of the careers. When I say back end, meaning that they were the promotions people for some of the biggest artists that are out and about. And when I just made a mention about to Lorenzo about you in the music industry, I've heard your stories before because I've been at your sets. You talk about you and your sister's music, your music.
Oh, industry. That's hilarious. I was never truly
talk about the group.
I was never truly in the industry, but when I was coming up, my sisters and I did have a music group because having a girl group in the 90s was the everything to do. Guy groups, that's right. Too. There was a lot of guy groups too, if you think about it. I was just listening to who is it? It was like Portrait and of course Intro and
you
remember
Silk?
Silk. Well, of course, Silk still they
Intro.
That's what I did. Right. And then, what's my boy? Dang it, that Low Key. Y'all remember Low Key?
Low Key, wow.
Baby, all that anyway. So anyway, it was hot to be in a music group. My daddy was a preacher, so we used to always have to sing, what I'm saying, at church and stuff like that, them A and B selections whenever he was on the road. But anyway, my sisters and I, in our teenage years, we had formed a group, and we were singing songs that was inappropriate because we was writing them. And so we didn't know that
so I see why you like the group Intro. You remember their version? You remember Intro?
Of course, Ribbon in the Sky.
No, not that one. Not that one.
Baby, if you let me
come inside. You remember the long extended version?
You let me
come inside. But Vanessa, do you remember the long extended version?
Yeah, it was Donna Summer, Love to Love You, Baby.
That's right. That's right. Watch your teeth. Right, all that stuff,
that kind of stuff. So yeah, we were back then making inappropriate songs, but it made me appreciate music and how you can, because we're making songs, we're trying to grab things that are catchy. You're trying to grab. I was listening to, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I was listening to Janelle Monáe's "Lipstick Lover."
Yes.
And you know how you'll be listening, and you'll hear a riff, and you'll be like, "Where's that riff coming from? Where your riff coming from?" Because she'll say like, "What she say? For your love." Something, and then she's like, I will just listen to it.
I want to feel your hips connected to mine. You're talking about Lipstick Lover, right?
Yeah. Yes, I am. I couldn't remember her words, but you know where that little lick come from?
Where it come from?
Stevie Wonder. When he says, "For your love, I would do anything."
Okay.
Just to see the smile upon your face.
Okay.
And he goes, "For your love." But if you listen, she'll get that, but then switch it up. So to make you feel familiar with something, a lot of artists do that nowadays, but they'll use she did use the lyric, but they'll use the straight up verse. And she used the, what was that? I think that Shabba song or that, Mr. Lover Man. Yeah, she used a couple riffs off of that too. But I'm into that.
It has that Jamaican feel to it.
Yeah. And so that's where, even if it's new songs and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Where I can vibe with them and I can appreciate to a point, when they add some of those verses in there, when they do it well, you know what I'm saying? I used to find it a bit disrespectful, and I still do sometimes, but I get, where you're trying to give somebody that feeling and even respectfully bring a feeling that you felt when you heard that song or that lick or that,
Well, do you have a problem with the presentation of Janelle Monáe's Lipstick Lover?
No, I mean, it was a jarring. I will say that.
Really?
Yeah. Now, I've always considered her to be a free spirit.
She is.
Like, I'm going to love whoever I want to love kind of thing. I just did not know because she had portrayed for so long, that's me if you know me. You know what I mean? So to kind of show that and kind of be on that, as she said, the, what's it called? The age of pleasure or what's it called? To be in that space.
Something of pleasure tour.
Yeah. I've been in that space in my life. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Rihanna went through that space, you know, in her life. You know what I mean? Where you kind of I don't want to hide it. I don't want to. And when them titties look that good, my God. Oh God, you want to thank God for how he can build things. Because sometimes you forget the beauty of how God can shape
That's right.
You know, the human body. And so when she shows that, you know, it's art to me sometimes. I'm like, thank you, God.
I heard that preacher just come out you.
Well, you know, you got to pull it in and pull it out.
Pun intended. And of course, the Janelle Monáe video and presentation just reminds me so much of my Jamaica Jump Off birthday bash that I did for 11 years. And I mentioned it that, and Eric, you went 1 year. Did you go 1 year?
I don't remember that year.
Yeah. 1 year. So basically, when you see that video, that is exactly how it went down at Lorenzo's Jamaica Jump Off, just like that. I mean, everything. No. We stopped probably we did 11 straight years, not at Hito. We did it 5 years at Hito, and then the next 6 we did at Beer Star Hotel in Jamaica. But
when you started back up, you got to invite me and stuff like that. I perform and stuff like that. I'm great in those environments. I'm a great host.
So wait, are you going to host? Are you going to perform? Or are you going to do your Janelle Monáe?
Depends how much. I'm never going to do that because my husband won't let me. The rest of it, I don't know if you saw all this up in the thing. My husband didn't let me do all that.
I don't have mine on, but there it is. There it is right there. You see the tan line?
What you doing?
I'm the only heathen out here. I'm the only heathen.
Hey, E, when I was on set I just recently, Vanessa wrapped the movie. So when I was on set, you know, they had to put the makeup to cover up the tan line because my character wasn't married. So they had to cover that up there.
Yeah, that's the only cheating I can do.
Yeah, exactly.
I better hope I get booked, you know, because other than that, no, I'm just joking. But I would do whatever your money can afford. So if you can afford me to do a set, I will. If you just, you know, if not, and you just want me to come support, I might. You know, but money does, you know, make
money talk and everything else walks.
Yeah, well, come on, our next trip is going to Egypt, Africa. So in December. Okay. So, but we're not no performances. This is all about, you know,
you don't know how to
re-educating ourselves.
You don't know, now that you have spoken to me, you don't know how the Lord gonna guide you.
Okay. He might just bless me.
Right. Now all of a sudden you got these sponsors, they coming on, you can afford Vanessa.
Vanessa's gonna be at the Luxor temple telling jokes.
I'm at the mixer.
I'm at the mixer. In front of the Sphinx. Coming to the Sphinx.
Coming to the Sphinx. I'm at the mixer, baby. I'm making everybody feel comfortable.
That's right. Man.
Comfortable.
Look, speaking of coming off set, congratulations to Miss Vanessa. She was just on the hit show from Will Packard. Praise This.
Yes.
You played that crazy church lady.
No. Praise This, still streaming on Peacock. So you get a chance, make sure you pick that up. So it was fun. Funny movie.
Still streaming on Peacock. Okay.
Still streaming. Yeah, it do sound a little rough.
Yeah, it do. You know. Is your show streaming on Peacock since we're doing gratuitous plugs, Eric? Is your staircase on Peacock?
You were on go ahead.
Nah. I'm still streaming on HBO Max.
Okay. All right.
So we're still again. It was called The Staircase.
Yeah, I remember. Okay. Yeah.
I play the judge on The Staircase. But I've got a couple of things coming out this year. Can't talk about it because I'm still on the VA. So
under contract.
But speaking of
look at you,
Will Packard.
And more to come. And more
to come. And and for people that don't know who Will Packard is, a lot of us do. Think Like a Man 1 and 2. He produced that.
Ride Along 1 and 2. Girls Trip.
Ride Along 1 and 2. For my folks at HBCUs, he's an HBCU grad from FAMU.
That's right.
Big time movie producer, and now Vanessa is
TV too.
Is in the television too.
That's right. He do all the Ready to Loves and all that.
Ready to Loves. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Yep.
That's his too.
And he has some other, he's in a lot of things.
Yeah.
And Ready to Love gets some good ratings too. I'm hooked on it. I watch it religiously.
I got friends in it.
I got friends in it.
Yeah, because the Ready to Love Atlanta, we see that we
right.
Mm-hmm. So it's all good. So first and foremost, hey guys, feel free to drop us a chat if you want to. We are live right now, and make sure you hit the Facebook like button if you see us, the notification button on YouTube, as well as the subscription button as we continue to bring this content. We've got Miss Vanessa Fraction in the place to be, comedian, actress, you name it. What you say?
Writer.
Right.
That's self-defense instructor.
How many episodes of the Monique Show did you write?
Don't know, but I did come on in season 2 as a writer, so it was super dope. So all of season 2, however many episodes that was, I was on at the Monique Show. I used to write on the 106 in Park for a bit as a comedy writer, and Arsenio Hall even for freelance. That was like a cool when it rebooted. That was pretty cool, and even wrote on Raven's Home for a bit there.
Well, do you have any Trump jokes? Because I don't know if y'all know, he's just been indicted on 7 counts.
Yeah.
Today for something else?
Yeah, for something else. I believe this is the documents case.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's breaking news. It's breaking news right now. So just in case people are watching, I still have it on over here. Don't have the audio on.
Until he catch him, he the Teflon Don to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot. There's his Trump joke. I don't. Eric, stay with the jokes though. I don't have a lot of Trump jokes, to be honest. I tell a lot of jokes about myself and what I'm going through and things I find peculiar.
And Vanessa is hilarious. I was waiting for the wet.
Oh yeah, you gotta if you follow me on YouTube, Instagram, any of that.
Shout out to Perry Watley.
Hey.
Perry said, "What's going on, Perry?" Lorenzo and I both went to Virginia State, as well as Perry. So a lot of our VSU brethren will always pop in. Speaking of our VSU brethren, you took a picture with one of our VSU brethren.
Who? Oh! You can have a piece of my love. Oh, I know you was gonna do that. I need to do that. Oh, you know what his song? Wait a minute. His my only wish is to satisfy you. He does that with Shantae Moore, to make you happy, the best I can do, or something.
And the beautiful thing
on my heart. No,
he doesn't really sing. Now,
if I take some tea and take my time, drink a tea, take my time,
you
I can
hit
sing
those
all
notes.
Ooh, now not Shantae Moore good,
no,
but within her, appreciation. But no, I absolutely love Damian Hall. I love the group guy. He's the bomb. When I'm seeing him in person, we sang of course because his brother be singing all the leads,
right.
Aaron, but I love Don't Be Afraid, the slow version.
Yeah.
Ooh, when the thunderstorm going in the background, honey, I know all to catch your teardrops from falling down your face and shield your lovely body. I mean, it goes hard. Aaron Hall goes hard with the I miss you. I'm talking to you, baby.
Yeah. I miss you. Oh, whenever you need me.
Oh, when you need me. Oh, when you need me. Hey, when you need me, I'll be right there. Yeah, when you need me, I will be right by your side.
Yeah.
Look at y'all.
Me, I will be there before you can call me. I would love to go into it, but I tell you what, that was I wanted to be grown during that time. I wanted to tell somebody, even though I hate to leave, girl, for I cried
after I walked out the door.
I cried.
Temptation is asking me to stay.
But we've been through the same thing before.
That's what I need.
I hate to think that this could
happen to us.
Lord have mercy.
To never depart.
Never,
I'm about to say depart.
Never. I turn my head to see
if you're hurt.
Cause I also feel it deep in my heart.
Dame gonna be on the show. And I'm gonna rewind this. I'm gonna rewind this. Hey D, check this out. Look what they did to your song.
Murdered the hits.
Murdered the hits.
I murdered the hits, but that's respect though, because like I could just go on and on from I could really, really just keep going with how much your alumni has touched my life.
Yeah, but there's one point I did sit Damian down. We had a one-on-one question. Conversation with no one else around. And I asked him specifically on Goodbye My Love. Did his brothers say you dumb bitch?
On Piece of My Love. Did he say
Piece of My Love, Piece of My Love.
Yeah, what did he say?
Did he say you dumb bitch? And he immediately said, nope.
What he say?
Nope. He said he didn't say. I said, well, what did he say? It was just an ad lib. It was just an ad lib. So then this was me and him one-on-one. Now maybe he may not. He didn't want to tell me that because he knows I have a platform that I could have put it out there. Right. But
we're in radio. Yeah, I talked to him and he said it was.
Because you gotta be a dumb bitch to do that.
You're dumb
bitch. Take a piece. But he made it sound so good.
He sure did, and we all remember that part.
You don't need no more. You don't need no more than a piece, and that's sometimes you got to be real with yourself. Sometimes we want to think that we can handle everything, like our eyes are bigger than our stomach or our other part.
Okay.
Either way, the thing is, it's okay to admit your limits. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to say, like, you are a bit much for me, but if I can get a piece of that love, you know what I mean? I'd be good. I'd
be happy with that.
I'd say goodbye, love, if I could get a piece of that love.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I think we could think of a few women that we could have just asked for a piece of their love, Eric.
Well, I'm sure there's a few men that wanted a piece of this love, but it's not enough for me to go around. So you gotta be selective.
Don't shortchange yourself.
Speaking of, you are a comedian.
Yes, sir.
And you are in a huge male-dominated genre. So how did you dance around the landmines of every brother trying to get a piece of your love?
I hit a few. I lost a few. Hit a few. Got damaged. Had to get patched up and got back. You know when you be tapping it with your foot, like, let me see, can I? And you tap it, you're like, boom. But at least I had tapped it so it didn't, full blow me out. But yeah, a couple of them landmines I didn't miss. A couple of them, you know what I'm saying? And for a couple of the sisters that are out there, seeing their journey helped me to miss a few landmines. So shout out to women that were before me that helped me to navigate in a way where I didn't have to get all the bruises. But I think I caught some bruises to be able to help some folks that were behind me. So sometimes you have to be that soldier and you got to be the one tapping your cane on that thing to see if it's, gonna go off or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
And to warn the others behind you. And so there were a few things that happened that, if you don't, I just call them lessons. It wasn't necessarily a failure, you know what I'm saying? Or even if failures are lessons. So,
but you did, but there was sometimes when you caught yourself you found yourself in a jam.
I was in a jam.
Okay.
Oh, jam. I was in a big jam. There's some stuff I never admit to. A lot of the day I die.
You can take it to the grave.
You bet your life on it. Yeah, go ahead.
So who were some of the some of your female mentors in the comedy game that you looked up to?
People, I don't know if I looked up to them or if they were how can I put this? They were, okay. There's some I looked up to, and then there's some that were colleagues that inspired me, or I think that's kind of this. No, I'm trying to think who inspired me. There were definitely some that helped me. Even if I didn't look up to them in a sense, there were some that made an effect, a positive effect on my life, if you will. Coming into it though, I always looked at I liked Whoopi Goldberg and Ellen DeGeneres. Not Whoopi stand up, but Whoopi as a actress and all that. Like I was big in the Jumpin' Jack Flash and Fatal Beauty and ish like that. You know what I'm saying? Even when she switched over and was doing Color Purple and Karina and all that different stuff. Like I was with her. You know what I'm saying? I always related and loved it. Ellen DeGeneres, because she just rambled in this way. If I'm thinking about women, I think it was Paula Poundstone. I even liked, and Roseanne Barr. I remember having an early interview with her in my earlier career, and her being a good influence on me, or just encouraging me in some good ways. Of course, Monique, because I wrote for her show, and it definitely showed me the just how far I can go. You know what I mean? And the different things. And she always gave me that extra boost of, you know, you're here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to thank me, child, because whatever you did to get to where you are right now is all on you. You know what I mean? Just some good ones to grow on. And also, shout out to Monique, because she equipped me with some lifetime friends. You know, when sometimes someone's obedient to their path and it helps someone else's path in ways they may not even know. And so because she was obedient to who she needed to be into her journey, I was able to come on to her show on that second season. And I'm going to say the vast majority of that crew, I'm still friends with, still have in contact with and communication with on a regular basis. And it just...
And you're referring to the Parkers, right? When you say that
I am not. I'm referring to the Monique show, the talk show.
Oh, the talk show. Okay.
Yeah, when the Parkers was around, I wasn't, I don't know if I started comedy in 2001.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so by 2010, she had her talk show and had an Oscar and all these other things. And I was writing for her show. Shout out to Rodney Perry for speaking up on me. That's always important. Rodney Perry. Yeah, it's important to speak up on people too, because sometimes people's ear ain't to the streets. They don't know what's hot and what's going on. And you have to be introduced in some way. You know what I'm saying? Even when I know certain people in finding a spouse, they only go through recommendation. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to speak up on people. For real. They don't just meet people in the streets. It got to be somebody that a friend said, like, you know, so-and-so, I went to college with them, or I have this, you know what I mean? Because it helps weed out a lot of the foolishness. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's very important to speak up on people in a positive way when they have positive attributes and talents that can be used. So, yeah. And Lunell's my home girl. I appreciate Lunell so much. Just for who she has been to me as a friend and as a person. And Rodney Perry's that same way. They're people that I can just call out the blue just for whatever. They know my kids. I know their kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, and believe in me. You know what I'm saying? And just always, Dion Cole's another one. But you asked me about women. So Lunell is who I said, but you showing Rodney Perry. So I started thinking about men. But either way, on the women's side, some more. You know what? Some more. I've always looked up to her because she's sexy and a boss. And it was like this thing where she would wear these suits and stuff. And I mention this a lot when I'm talking about, you know, women's stuff. But like how we present ourselves has always been something, because if you're attractive, sometimes it's distracting. You know what I'm saying? If there's certain things about you, it can be distracting. You know what I'm saying? And so I remember her when I used to watch her, she would wear these suits and stuff. And it was always like, there's something about her. She, you know, she got this thing. But then as you trusted her and her comedy, it got to a point where, you know, the comedy going to be good. So now I'm trying to figure out what the fuck she finna have on. You know what I'm saying? Because I know she finna come with this shit. And then she would have a cat suit on with some heels and some shit. And I'd be like, yeah, because I know the joke's already going to be fire. So it begins to then, well, what else? You know what I'm saying? It's all this other stuff. So shout out to her for that. Lou, that's my baby. And she has her Netflix series is coming out. Her Netflix showcase is coming out, and it's produced by Dave Chappelle. So big ups to Lunell.
That's good.
Yeah, I think it's only his second one he's done. The first one was Earthquake. So now it's Lunell. And that's my mother-loving girl, man. And just to watch her journey, and just for her to continue to show me love. Because a lot of times with us, even as women, we might not admit it, but you don't want no competition. You don't want no smoke. You don't want you kind of want to be, because of the way it is, you can actually be the only chick on tour. You can actually be, you know what I'm saying, the only one on that network as a Black woman. But it's like, come on, man, you got to have enough faith in yourself and the gifts that God give you to be able to show love to someone else while you're shining. You know what I'm saying? And that's hard. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still navigating this thing myself. So I definitely have empathy for those that are kind of in that limelight and are figuring out how to bless other people, because they ain't like they ain't blessing nobody. But sometimes it's not the ones that you think, you know what I'm saying? Especially as a Black woman, you're like, it's another Black woman. She's going to, you know what I mean? She's going to be able to speak up for me or something like that, or another actress or something like that. But as I have patience for that and empathy because I get it. And but Lunel's one of those ones, she don't give a damn. She like, you want to get on the show? You know what I'm saying? You want to like big up at me behind closed doors. And there's other ones like that too. She's just one of the ones that first came to mind, and Raj G, she recently passed. I love her. She was on Def Comedy Jam and stuff like that. And she was always sweet and encouraging. And there's so many others. I'm not saying everybody from B flat to Michelle Foreman. I mean, Michelle Comedy, excuse me. I be saying, I know people so long. Sometimes you say they old name, they new name, the Indie Mama Comedy, Michelle. I love her. And B flat, Joyelle Johnson, Ashima Franklin, people like that. So sometimes it's like people that we might be on that same Kelly Kells, we might, have all come out around that same time. Some people after me, but we have a certain sense of camaraderie and inspiration that I look at other people and say like, good going. I love it. So I'm a little long-winded, but I've been drinking.
So when did you realize you were funny? In a comedy way?
When I was a kid. Some point when I was a kid. I mean, 6 of us. I have 5 siblings. Okay. And so you have to find a way to stand out. And I think being funny was my way. I know I wasn't always the cutest or the smartest or the oldest or the youngest. I'm in the middle and I'm silly. And I thought I could get you know what I mean? That was my way.
That was your way?
That was my way. So at a young age, I know my teachers, I wasn't an easy student, but some of them could see through me, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And they were like, there's something about you. So I know at an early age, I found comedy. You grew up in church, you find comedy.
I can't even get you to start to talk about that one.
Grow up in church and grow up humble when you ain't got that much money. Somebody was asking me the other day, because I somehow it came up about not wearing shoes, like in public or something. I said, I remember being younger and walking to the store with no shoes on. Did you ever do that?
We all did that. Well, I did it.
Yeah. Like, did you?
Lorenzo? Yeah, Lorenzo.
I'm from New York. We didn't do that in New York.
I can't imagine that you did. I cannot imagine that y'all did. Yeah. But in the South, like we used to walk.
Right here in Miami now, I just can't wait to walk outside in my socks. You know what I mean? I can't wait to do it. And that's why I appreciate it. That's one of my lines. I say, yes, I enjoy living here because I can walk out to my mailbox in my socks to check my mail and pick it up. Yeah. In my socks.
It was a country thing.
And I did do it too in Maryland too, but not in New York City. Nope.
No New York City. Look, guys, you're checking us out. The Shooting the Breeze conversation with the DJ. I've got my girl, Vanessa Fraction. She is a comedian. You've seen her on television. We're going to talk about that in a few seconds. Shout out to my man, Willie Barnes, another Virginia State man. And of course, you can see him on how many commercials has Will done? Every time I turn around, I see him on TV now.
Yeah.
BSU. What kind of commercials? I love seeing my friends on commercials.
We got some talented brothers.
Oh, while we talking, let me lay on the floor. Eric,
you saw that. You saw that.
Yes, I love my flooring.
Oh yeah,
I see it all the time.
Oh my!
Explain, Eric. Explain.
Okay, Actually, there's a lot of folks have seen it when I initially posted it. They thought I made a joke. I said, "Look at my family," and it's a white woman.
Yes, and
a little white girl and a little black kid. And I said, "The new family." So everybody was hitting me on Facebook like, "That's a beautiful family." Blah 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 blah. I was like, "I'm on set."
Playing, Eric? I'm on set. Why are you playing?
Yes, I'm on set.
Right. Y'all were cute though.
It was so we shot all day. We shot 5 commercials. There's a company called Carpet Depot.
Yep.
And it's running all over Atlanta. And
Carpet Depot.
You know what? I should pull that up. So people are actually coming up to me like, man, did I just see you on TV? You got a white wife? I said, man, it's on TV.
But sometimes though, when they do those commercials, they actually get the real families.
Yeah, true.
People don't know, because they'll look at nothing like you. Like, not like that's the real family. They'll get the whole family.
Well, but the Ozempic commercial.
Ozempic! I'm always seeing the Ozempic commercial.
And then he's on that Cheez-It commercial. Yeah, coach. Yeah, coach.
Coach, yeah, the
coach.
Oh,
okay. I got a friend on Ballers.
And you can't tell from that picture right there.
No, because he got that sultry. I'm trying to drop this dick off. That's a sultry drop that thing off.
That's his spoken word headshot right there. Yeah, he wrote a book in the whole nine.
That's that Punani poet.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because on the book, all he has is a picture of his lips.
Man. So yeah,
we clowning you, Will.
Will Barnes.
So speaking of television, you lend your comedic skills to a program, Dish Nation, that comes on.
Yeah.
It's Cheez-It. That's right. My bad. Cheez-It. So Vanessa is on Dish Nation. So you can catch your correspondence. So you pop in.
I sub a lot. I'm a guest host. They recently hired on full-time Tamar and Jesse Wu, which I'll be with Jesse tomorrow doing a podcast. But I'm one of those ones. Yeah, I'm a reliable guest host. And I come in. I've been doing that. I was about to say I've been doing that for years, hanging out with the Dish Nation crew. And I shout out to them. They're so freaking awesome. I have such a great time with all of them, Gary with the T and the Brad and just everybody. It's been that's BT right there. And Portia.
So you have so many different looks.
Oh my God.
I love it.
Let me tell you, I got so many pictures of her that
I am like
is that the same?
Bro, I got this short little doo-wop to Diddy going on right here.
Have you talked to the brat since she got pregnant?
I have not, because last time I saw her, I think she was pregnant, but she hadn't made the announcement, so I didn't know that. You know what I mean? I just thought she was, just looking cute. You know what I mean? Because she always wears kind of baggier clothes. So.
Right.
But no, I have not actually talked to her since all of the announcements and everything like that.
Any thoughts on the race of the baby after they found out that the sperm was a white man's sperm? Did you know? Okay.
No, I have no thoughts on that because, I mean, you got to pick. If you can choose, you want to pick the best sperm for you based on
you like
right based on what's available. You ever been to the grocery store and you like, this ain't the tomato sauce I want. I actually want this truffle sauce, but I'll take the vodka sauce. You know what I mean? Because it ain't quite what you want, but at least it's not plain. It ain't some old regular ragu. You know what I mean? So it was like, I can't get mad at them because look, this is what we have to choose from. I don't have a friend that I really would, you know what I'm saying, grab their sperm from in that way. Right. And this is who they're providing for me. And based on this and, and then too, like you got to think about what their traits might be genetically, because it ain't all about looks or the physicality of it. You also have to think about, what you might be carrying or your genetic makeup. And so with all those factors in mind, you pick what's best for you. And if white bruv was the one, then white bruv was the one. You know what I mean? It ain't like I ain't never slept with no white man. So like, oopsie doopsie, if not for, but God, you know what I'm saying? It'd be me. Well, I don't make it seem like it was a bad thing or something, but yeah.
She did say he looked like, I can't remember what name. It was a cartoon character. She said the black guy who they looked into getting the sperm from looked like some type of cartoon character. I can't remember the name. I can't remember the name, but it was a cartoon character.
Like Cleveland.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Cleveland.
Yeah, but depending though, because you could he could look awkward. You got to look behind that, because sometimes when dudes look a little off, the two of y'all will make something interesting in a good way.
Right.
And you'll try to pick somebody cute and end up having an ugly baby. For real, that's why God, it ain't up to you.
It's all possible.
Mm-hmm.
Now Vanessa is slick too, Lo. I'm gonna tell you why she's slick. I'll be riding to the station, minding my business, handling my things. I'm listening to the station. I'm like, who the hell is that? How she in my station? I'm calling. Hey, where you at? You at the station? Yeah.
I'm upset.
Yeah, my station on the air in the morning show. On the morning show with Frank.
Speaking of pretty titties, K. Michelle, what up? Yo, she got some nice breasts.
Yeah,
man.
she does. She does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
She really does.
Yes, and she's got a cute personality as well too. Lots of fun. Panini. I want to always say.
Yeah. Oh, so Nina is tall, huh?
Oh yeah,
Nina is.
Nina.
I'm sure, and so is
Nina's
Kay.
6 feet.
She
okay.
is.
6 feet fine.
Wow.
Yeah, P is fine as a mother lover.
6 feet fine. She's 6
as a
feet
mother.
fine.
She showed a couple of them little island, couple on them beach shots.
You know, she's from Samoa. She's Samoan.
Oh,
okay.
She's Samoan. I'm pretty sure she's Samoan.
Okay.
I'm around a lot of
Samoan. Yeah.
Some form of Polynesian.
Polynesian, yeah. So, but yeah, and from time to time, I'll be like, okay, so I'm listening to Tigger.
Yeah, I'll sit in on there too, on the V102 morning show.
She was sitting on the morning show, so I'm sitting there like, okay, all right. Vanessa, do you remember how we met? She don't.
Were we at? No. I'm not sure because we have a lot of things in common. True. But were we at an audition?
We were on an audition.
Was it for a rapper's?
It was a rapper. It was a.
You got it though, didn't you?
No, I didn't get the part.
Me either. I didn't. Right. Me too. Because we both watched. We watched the actual video and was like, "We good. We good." We didn't care that we weren't in it. I can't remember whose video it was, but it was some rapper video business.
So, I saw you post this. I'm in love with her music.
Oh man, Ari Lennox is everything, man. Yeah, oh man, her music is good. I said I wish her shit came out when I was single and just a touch through with these fellas. You know what I'm saying? Because she has these songs that just hit my heart that I needed them at a certain time. But they still work today. I just would listen to her. I would have it on so much repeat if I were a little bit more single. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That first album especially. But now all the whipped creams and all the other stuff she has going on, I gotta wanna give you all of my love. Gonna give it to you. She's a hot one.
It's a hell of a drug.
Oh man.
Vanessa, so none of that stuff works within your marriage? The whipped cream and all that stuff? And
it does, but I'm just saying that when I remember, and I get albums mixed up and songs mixed up and whatever she has out right now. But I recall listening to her album her first one when she was coming out with J. Cole and all that stuff. And a lot of it was like this vibe. She had this one about something about her apartment or the new apartment.
She took her shoes off, walk around this naked.
Yeah, and I was like, honey, when I was 22, baby, like it just gives me that whole one. My young 20s, I would have never turned it off. I still keep it on a lot at 43, but at 23, child, I'd have worshipped Ari. You know what I mean? And I still have much respect for her. But like, yeah, especially out of everything else that's going on, I want to name other artists, but some of their stuff is so kind of druggy and depressing.
It sure is.
I just cannot. I'm not trying to kill Bill or do any of this other stuff. Ari speaks to me, and so like she's super dope, and her story is dope, and she's beautiful and brown, and I just love her.
Yeah.
That was over at Cat's Cafe.
That was at Cat's Cafe. Yeah. Shout out every Tuesday. They do. If you're in Atlanta, there's comedy at Cat's Cafe. That's 9th and Piedmont. And it's dope, Black owned. And they've been doing their comedy for like 15 years. Shout out to Atlanta House of Comedy. Shout out to Cat. Yeah. But it's dope.
And the food is good.
And the food is good. I have a Cajun shrimp salad a lot of times. Cajun shrimp pizza when I go, or a Caesar shrimp pizza is my thing. But super good food, super good environment, real cool. Sometimes they have live bands, and on Tuesday they have comedy, and they've been doing that for like 12 years. So dope place to be.
Wow.
And Ari came through, and she had a Samoan guy with that I think maybe had brought her because he said he was a fan of the Nappy Boy radio show. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but Tulu. He plays for Mississippi. Handsome as hell. I was like, damn, I ain't gonna lie.
Ari.
Oh, but you know how sometimes I don't even want to put that on her because it could have just been a friend that brought her out. You know what I'm saying? But I love when folks come out when they see you online or something like that and come out and see you or whatever. So shout out to that guy, Tulu as well. I know I'm not saying your name right. If I am, God bless you. And he fine as But I think he's younger than my son though, so that's like crazy.
Yeah, the saber-toothed tiger.
I know. I'm getting a little long in the tooth, but I'm sexy as fuck, so it don't really matter. Yeah, because for real, a lot of these women now, even Cher, she had her young man, recently. Yeah, a young producer or something like that. So I think people are recognizing, like, if you're feeling that spirit, if you're curious, if you're whatever, like, come on, give it a try. We're all adults.
Yeah, well, it's I won't tell one of my clients. She's 85 and she's been young. She's like, they got to be young or they're dead.
I mean, at that age, though, how much older are you going?
Yeah, I know, right?
You really can't.
So for the folks that are out there, this is Vanessa Fraction. You have seen her on television shows, movies, Barbershop 2.
Yeah, I was in Barbershop 2, playing Dion Cole's wife, opposite Dion Cole, which was super cool. That was kind of my coming out party. Yeah.
And you've seen her on BET. This is so you right here. This is BET Honors.
BET Honors. I do warm-ups. Comedy can give you a lot of jobs. And that's why I think people don't take advantage of the fact it's just not doing stand-up at a club. You know what I mean? You can literally do it on cruise ships and tour all over the world. I used to work for the USO and used to do a lot of comedy for our servicemen and women. And that was super dope. For this, I'm actually doing warm-ups where you come out before a production, whether it be television, like a TV show, sitcom or whatever, or an award show, which this one was BET Honors, the award show. And I will come out and keep everybody entertained. And in between breaks, like when everybody else is on commercial, I'm the commercial for the live audience. And so I come out and make jokes. And I've been on everything from, like I said, BET Honors, where you see Aretha Franklin. I met so many wonderful people, Berry Gordy, just so many wonderful people that year.
That is funny. When I saw that, I was like, she turned around like, that's Aretha behind me.
Yes, it was like, and Aretha was so beautiful. She actually she's like, you got a little voice on you, because like I'll sing when I'm doing my comedy and stuff like that.
Now, when I say this, Vanessa is being
modest.
Modest. Vanessa can sing her arse off.
Thank you.
And the funny thing about it is when you see her set, she'll go from comedy to singing in a minute, and you're like, oh, she's good at both.
Right.
I appreciate that.
Well, it has to be difficult to be able to have to do that during the commercial breaks, the warm-ups. You got people walking, getting up, moving all over the auditorium, and for you to get people focused on you. Being versatile does help, because we as people of color, you can tell a bad joke, not that you do, but you tell a bad joke and then you turn around and sing right after that, boom, you ringing them back in.
Yes, we want to be entertained.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Right.
I mean, I don't care what it is. And I tell people, I can slip on a banana peel. If that makes you laugh, I'm going for it. As well as you can be
physical comedian. Yeah.
Physical comedy is a good thing. Also, intellectual comedy is a good thing. And because I come from a background where my father was a pastor, I feel it. How do you say? How dare I not leave you with something? People pay to hear me speak. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that even preachers, sometimes they can't get a congregation in there where they're asking for money after the fact. You know what I'm saying? You pay money ahead of time to hear what I have to say. So how dare I not leave you with something to go on? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can give you something for the moment, but I also want to leave you with a little bit of something to heal you, to help you. I feel like comedy is my ministry for sure. It's my way of giving back.
Yeah. Let me ask you this in reference to physical comedians, because Martin Lawrence was very successful when he was younger.
Yep.
Marlon Wayans successful when he was younger with the physical comedy, going back as far as like a Dick Van Dyke physical comedy. How hard is it when you've established yourself as a physical comedian as you get older, to be able to maintain that same level of successful comedy in your routines? I think Marlon has done a good job of transitioning It's been a little more difficult for Martin, even though he did have the stroke and what have you. But of course, you've been doing it for a while, and you're a little older now, and you still maintain that. How challenging is that for a comedian?
It is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can feel the difference even now. You know what I mean? Like, I do cardio, like I run a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because I found myself being out of breath. You know, at times I found myself saying, like, you know what, maybe you shouldn't rely on the physicalities. Let's work on the material so that, you know what I mean, you're not, because the laugh can come from a lot of different things. And so I think that as you mature, the same way, like with athletes, you know, you start using that mental space instead of, especially basketball players, stuff like that. You start doing your mental game more than your physical. You know what I'm saying? I might not try to break your ankles, but I might know something more than you because I've been in this so long. So I know certain tricks of the trade that give me the same razzle dazzle and the same results without, you know, going through the same play. You know what I mean? Or whatever. And so I think it's just being confident in knowing that you're funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's not just the jokes. It's not just the physicality. There's something about you that's funny. And so finding that space and finding the, even in grunts and sounds and the way you look and the pauses, like there's a certain technique and there's also a certain, your own cadence that you'll find and learn. And hopefully you'll find something that's lasting. You know what I mean?
And you know who was brilliant, but didn't have to move, and you would see them on stage and they would just take a seat?
Dick Gregory,
but he was still a little animated when he was Paul Mooney.
Oh, Paul did. You know what? It's his facial expressions.
He and his voice.
He had facial expressions like an auntie.
But he would sit there. He wouldn't move, and you would still be engrossed in whatever he was talking about. Dick Gregory is a good one. Dick is a good one.
You said it when you said Paul Mooney, but I'm telling you, with Paul Mooney, that's why they would always do them close shots, because he'll be like, or it would just Paul, or just the way he, like, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it was almost like an auntie. You know what I'm saying? Like he just got them certain looks, or them certain whatever, them grunts, or like, or them skin, you know what I'm saying? People. And so it's these certain things that, you know what I mean? Cadence is certain, you know.
And he's funny. So, and that's what that's all I meant. He's funny. That's thoughtful.
All. I think kids nowadays, and I say kids real freely because that sounded old as shit. But like a lot of the ones that don't come from straight stand up, but come from the internet, to me are a little more slip on a banana peel funny.
Like the Wildin' Out crew.
Yeah, even if you want to say, more shock value, more like, but guess what? However we learn to entertain, I'm okay with it as long as the audience leaves happy. You know what I'm saying? Because my form might not hit when the age of the people that's watching Wildin' Out. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean? So I learned to appreciate
Comedy Jam school.
I can handle any crowd, and I thank God for that. You know what I'm saying? But the older I get, like for instance, I don't take on college crowds a lot. I just don't want to. It exerts too much energy from me and relatability and all this different stuff. It's a different tool I have to use. It's used, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not always trying to do that. Like right now, because I teach self-defense, how can I reach the young people? Oh, I could teach you. Let me teach you self-defense and let me use comedy when I do that. And let me tell you about some things that I've been through instead of doing a 45-minute set about my 25-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. You know what I mean? So you learn how to adjust as you move along. Or hopefully, if you're successful, you learn how to adjust as you move along.
But it can be difficult, though. It can be very difficult. Yeah. Very difficult.
Quite.
Now, Vanessa, like I said, she real slick.
I try to be.
She pop up with my radio folks all the time. Another one of my morning show folks, Miss Pat on the Miss Pat off of BET.
You know what? This picture is loaded. Miss Pat is on BET Plus. Shout out to her for BET Plus and the Miss Pat Show season 4. I think they're on 3, right?
4. Yeah.
3. I think they've been. I mean, it's a great show with Jordan E. Cooper, I believe, is the executive producer and the creator, and he's also on Broadway and all this stuff. You have Noah Garden Swartz. I think you can guess which one is Noah Garden Swartz. He's in the back, and he writes for the Marvelous Miss Maisel and a few other things like on Prime and things like that. Incredibly funny guy. And then you have Clayton English, who won Last Comic Standing a long time ago and is a part of the Marvel franchise and family. And that's a loaded picture there. And you have the fabulous Vanessa Fraction right there, who actually won on that. Well, I think it was one of the episodes, but I beat Clayton. I remember that on this really cool show.
It's funny because Pat off the chain.
Pat is crazy.
Pat, we got a dump button for Pat, Lorenzo.
Yeah, I imagine so. I imagine so.
So she's on the morning show with Tig and Vanessa be popping in and
with Shamia more time.
Shamia is on maternity leave right now.
She is.
And Pat says she's got a judge show that looks like it may be green lighted. So Pat,
they're gonna put up against Steve Harvey, huh?
They're gonna make Pat a judge. I can only imagine what she will say if she gets the show. Oh man. And it's funny because Pat's acting coach is a good friend of mine because she played one of the attorneys in the TV show that I did, The Staircase. Ro. Okay. Ro about 6 feet tall. As Pat's acting coach. And I was like, Pat, I didn't know you know Ro. He's like, well, how do you know Ro? I said, well, we've done sets together. So, but yeah, Miss Pat, man, she's hilarious. But the fact that we got Action Fraction right there,
with another different look.
Lord. It's funny is people as I went through her pictures, I was like, everybody's been on my radio station. So from time to time, when Tigger's not around, he's there too on the morning show.
Yes. Oh, Bill Bellamy.
Bill does shows on the station. So when people ask me, it's funny because I walk through the station, I was like, oh, it's Bill Bellamy. I said, what are you doing? He's on the morning show. I said, yeah. So we got so many people flipping through the station. To me, I'm jaded about stars coming through. We see them all the time,
right?
So and then
You're making me realize I'm round. I know a lot of folk.
Oh, look, you on the air. Reggie will call you, hey Vanessa, can you come in and fill in?
I'd love to. Right, I love being on the air though. Radio is great for sure.
Did you ever think about doing it full time, or is it just something?
I mean, if the opportunity comes and enough money is involved, because as a comedian, you're on the road a lot, and but sometimes it works out where you're able to at least get those weekends, and you're able to fit it in, because it's nice to be a hometown or your region hero, so that you can get to know folk a little bit better. You know what I mean? So I think radio. It's something that I grew up with and I've always respected. So if the right opportunity presented itself, I definitely would do radio full time,
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure. We love our radio.
I know. I'm about to say I definitely love radio. So recently, I want to bring up something. There was a clip on the Nappy Boy Radio podcast with T-Pain. I always got to put that out there. So listen and subscribe to that. I'm the co-host. So DJ Baby Drew was on, and he fronted me. I ain't gonna say he definitely did, because we talked about it offline, and he brought it up that Snoop Dogg came through. There's so many wonderful guests that come on the Nappy Boy Radio podcast.
How much weed smoke was going on right there?
Oh, Snoop gave me some of his private stash. I felt so privileged. I ain't gonna lie. He was like, here you go, baby girl. Here you go, baby girl. I met Snoop through the years. That's the homie. That's big on, you know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate him so much. But he came through and showed a lot of love. But Drew was there and mentioned the fact that I have a song that if you cut it on, if you're DJing and you cut this song on, I'm ready to leave the club. Get my shit. It's time to go. Come on, girls, let's go. And so for me, that song is, this is how we do it. Da, 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 da. If you play that, I'm about to leave. And not like if we had a corporate event, I get that. You know what I'm saying? I get that. If we're a corporate event, that kind of thing. But if we at the club, and you like, this is how we do it, and start doing the horns and acting like this is the moment. Oh, I'm grabbing my girls. We getting the hell up out of here.
What's wrong with Montel Jordan? Come on now.
And let's get it straight. absolutely love Montel Jordan.
But
it made him millions of dollars, and he should keep getting his money. And I love, if I could say anything, my song by him is oh baby, it's on tonight.
Getting it on tonight.
I'm coming to your crib. Have dinner by candlelight.
Yeah.
We gonna watch some TV, and we gonna play some CDs. I'm gonna be on you, and you gonna be
on me.
Can you tell me what's on tonight?
Yeah.
I'm coming to your crib. When you do that, like that big part. So I love Montel Jordan. Coming to your crib. And then he did he wrote How Could You Get Here?
But what's wrong with This Is How We Do It though?
It's tired, the same as if you say what's your zodiac sign? If you got a $50 bill, put your hands up. You got a $100 bill, put your
hands up.
No. If you do that, unless you say we about to take it back. If you don't preface it with we about to take it back,
right,
I got a problem with it.
Whoever's on the mic has to they have to set it up. It just can't come out of nowhere.
Not act like that this is what's happening now. You can't act like that's what's happening now. Is there a song like that takes you out where you like you finna leave?
You see you finna leave.
Yeah, I don't know. We're around so much music. I can't even think of one that'll just make
so
me
if they go dun 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 dun. And they try to make
jump on it.
Jump on it.
For me, it's a lot of that music from that 808 era.
Okay.
I think that 2010 to 2013, 12, where everything sounded like do 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 do. All of that, every drum song had the same drum roll. That chased me out the club. I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm done hosting the clubs. That's when I walked out because the drum roll of those 808s has got on my nerves.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in fact, that era, you don't even hear any of those songs on the radio anymore.
No.
Maybe unless you're in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You don't hear it anywhere else in the country. It was just, oh my God. That's when Atlanta was on fire with their music.
Right.
Everybody, every producer was using that same drum roll. Doom, 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 doom. Oh, I couldn't stand it. I was gone. I walked out. I was hosting the club, heard that drum roll, put the mic down, said, I'm done.
We good.
I was done. I'm done. And now only thing I do is, Legends of Troy, Virginia State, and CIAA parties. That's it. Or if it's an old school event, I can't even mess with anything else anymore.
You remember your first time at the CIAA? Virginia State party was epic.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the number one CIAA party on Friday. It was like the number one party.
It's epic.
Period. Yeah. 3,000 people.
So Vanessa, what's your most memorable moment in your career so far? Most memorable.
Meeting Mrs. Obama, I would say was super memorable in my career.
Did you performing that day?
I was. I've met some dignitaries before I got into this, but to have her see me at the show Black Girls Rock, shout out to Beverly Bond and all the people in the creation of that and everything that makes that show great, because there's so many people that make that show great. But shout out to her. They had Mrs. Obama there, and she saw me performing, doing warm-ups. So sometimes you never understand where your place is, or you think I'm not even on TV. Everybody else is on TV. You never see my part on TV. You wouldn't even know I was there necessarily. Sometimes I walk the red carpet, that kind of thing. But I'm not, you know what I mean? You wouldn't know necessarily I was a part of it, but I'm a big part of it, because a lot of times you'll see me, the people that are actually in attendance will see me on stage more than the host, because they have to change clothes and do all these different things and, give you all the wonderful frills and thrills of the show. And I have to kind of keep everybody busy while we're switching up, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And so Mrs. Obama saw me making some jokes, and they were funny. They were... and they weren't necessarily just straight political. They were just hood girl jokes.
Right.
And she enjoyed them. And actually the Secret Service came and gave me that little tap on the shoulder. It was she would like to take a picture with you, and I appreciated it.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. I love her even more.
And that's what I'm saying. She knows what that did for me. She knows what that did for me.
Yeah.
She knows.
Yeah, she knows
and
exactly
that picture
what she was doing.
Yeah, it's right. Oh, wait, I'm going to pull it. It's right here in my office.
You got your picture of you and Miss Obama.
It's up on my bookshelf.
Oh, look.
I always keep it.
And we'll like, woo!
Up on my bookshelf.
Okay.
Oh, look at y'all.
There you go. Oh, that's beautiful.
She tall for real too, boy.
Yeah.
Michelle.
Yeah, she's tall. About 5'10".
And
then she have heels on.
Heels
taller
on.
than that.
Oh, yeah. And I had some good, I had to, I'm so glad I wore that dress. I was finna wear this other hoochie mama at kind of dress.
With the first lady.
And my friend Brooklyn, her mama said, And I showed her both outfits. She said, please put the one on you got on. So it worked out. And even then, like I was telling her a joke or something like that. And she was just cracking up. It was so funny. It was so much fun. But she knows what that did for me.
So that's the most, well, I get it.
I don't know if it's the most memorable because I met everybody from like Stevie Wonder and all kind of other people. Even like I told you, Aretha Franklin telling me that I can sing. She's like, girl, you got a voice on you. Don't think you're playing.
No. You
those
really
kinds of things. Like you grow up listening to these people, you know what I'm saying? So you're just like in all, you know what I'm saying? I got to perform in front of Jamie Foxx, he's one of my idols, you know what I mean? Straight from the Foxhole took me out coming up. Wow. You know what I mean? Like I used to do it when I went to school. Like he was everything to me. So when you grow up around these different people and they actually compliment you, like it really means the world. It does.
Now, I totally understand what you're talking about because that right here, I have the picture. Oh, sorry, it's over here. Picture of me and President Obama right there.
I didn't see it
right there.
Hey, he just one-upped you, Vanessa.
I wasn't trying to do that. I just wanted her to understand that I know exactly how she feels. Let
me blow it up.
Don't one up my guest, Lorenzo.
Let me try to blow it up.
But I know that feeling.
But you know what I mean? Yeah.
And when I got the chance to take the picture with him, I could see him. There were a couple of people. There was a line to meet him. So, he would take and shake their hands. How you doing? How you doing? Pleasure to meet you. Then I come walking up. He brought the hand way back here like that. Yo, what's up? Dap me up. How you doing? And in the picture here, he's smiling because I said something in reference to his wife, Michelle Obama, at the time. And it's something in reference to the fact that, I spoke to her too. But the interview was better with her than it was with you. And he fell out laughing because he didn't, he's not going to give you but so much in an interview.
I mean, it's a lot of energy to it.
Exactly. No, but it's like there's somebody
for anybody with all
he's got to answer the questions a certain way. But with her, it was just like it was fun.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
It was more fun. He just fell out laughing. So the camera caught him smiling right there. So but I know what you're talking about, Vanessa. I really do. So
priceless moments. So and even with one of the things that I honor is like my kids and my family seeing me in a certain light. So some of my more memorable moments is when my father saw me on Def Jam. I told you he was a pastor, and I definitely Def Jammed it up. I'll put it there. I Def Jammed it. I'll tell you that. And I asked him what he thought of it. And if you haven't seen my Def Jam performance from 2008, it was amazing. But it was but they allow you to be yourself and also be someone even beyond yourself, but be the vulgar, say what you want, say it the way you want it, express yourself the way you want to. And I commend Russell Simmons and that whole camp and Stan Lathan,
Bob Sutner,
who booked me for that, and for allowing folks just to be their self and to bring out like that late night party album kind of feel, you know what I mean? Because I have a lot to say in that space, and so I asked my dad how he felt about it, and
he say?
Oh, he said, you got to excuse me. He was real somber at first. He's like, but you, excuse me for saying this, you got to be the funniest bitch I ever heard in my whole life. Hold on. He said, oh my God, you got to excuse me. He said, but that shit there was hilarious. He's like, because some people ain't coming to the church. They got to hear it where you're at. And the way that you put that down and the messages that were within those jokes were so solid. He said it took him out. You know what I'm saying? So that I had the whispers. I don't know if they mind me saying this because they said, please excuse me. You know what I'm saying? But Scotty and that's the
Walter and Scotty.
Walter, yes. They said, man, you one of the You the funniest bitch. Excuse me. Please excuse me. Because I was doing warm-ups for Black Music Honors. I made so many jokes about their songs. I was singing everything from Love is Where You Find It to just everything to This Is What I'll Do. I'm gonna do it to get you in the mood. Yes, and how I thought that the one song was a good song until to Grandmother's House.
Olivia.
Right.
Yeah, I thought Olivia. I said, y'all made me want to be a hoe. I wanted to walk on the track the way y'all sang that. Baby, the way they sang that.
Yeah.
I wanted to be Olivia, but I didn't know who she was.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Olivia was a lady of the night.
Turned out. I want to get turned out so bad.
She wasn't just turned out. She was
lost and turned out.
But when you get the slave, lost and turned. But when you get those, don't
go to Guy Seville.
That's right.
Turn out. So those kind of compliments and stuff like that, when you say the most memorable stuff, are the people that I grew up listening to, or that I revere, or even my children when they see me on the big screen, or when they watch me do something, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, that was funny. Or they were able to get on stage with me. When they see me in that way like that, you know, my sisters, I remember they came to a performance. It was one of those ones that ain't on tape. It ain't nothing like that. But they said, I see it. Oh my God. Like it was like, remember on Blues Brothers, when the light came on him and he was like, I feel it, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? It was like that, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm on a mission from God, and they finally saw it, you know what I mean? So when you get those kind of moments in your life, when people are proud of you because they've known you since your conception, that kind of stuff, or since, you know, it hits different. Yeah.
So you know, being a comedian isn't necessarily what, you know, how the old folks would say, is that a real job? Just like when
I got a lot of
is that a real job? So who in your past was like, is that a real job? And now they're like, this girl, I knew you were gonna do it.
Oh, they don't necessarily say I knew you was gonna do it, but there were quite a few family members that were afraid for me. I won't necessarily name them or make fun of them.
Afraid for you?
Afraid?
Wow.
Yeah.
But
I had 2 kids. I was a young. Well, so let's say this
career.
It wasn't
radio's career.
No, in 2001, it was not a real career. That was not a thing. It was not a real career. You know what I mean, or whatever. A lot of people still didn't even know how you could get in it, including myself. You know,
and there was no money at that time, really.
No, and there was, but you had to find it. You did, and you know, it was on the Chitlin circuit, and that Chitlin circuit's been around for a very long time. So them same people that you saw, you know, on Def Jam and stuff like that, who hadn't been on television, had been working that Chitlin circuit, raising their families and doing the things that they needed to do, and taking care of their responsibilities off of that money. But it wasn't like a known thing. And then for me, I'm smart, you know, like I had a scholarship to whatever college I wanted to go to prior to them finding out I was pregnant. And so I lost that scholarship. But the point, I used to sit on the board of education. You can lose it. Well, they don't lose it. They just never give it to you. So you find
you lose it.
So I sat on the board of education in Chicago when I was a student. I was the student member, and they would elect one, you know, in those years. And so anyway, they'd given everyone else prior to me the scholarship, and everyone after me the scholarship. I was the one that didn't get it, and it was because I was pregnant when I was in the picture with President Clinton. And it's over there. I don't feel like jumping up to go get that picture. But when I was 17, I met President Bill Clinton. And that was because of my the things I had been through. And that I was an elected, the students of Chicago elected me to be their representative. And so I was on a really good path to do something different.
Right.
I definitely would say. And so when I didn't get that scholarship, I had to deal with life. And I had my son, and then eventually was pregnant with my daughter. And those are the only 2 children I have. And moved to Atlanta. I was going to go back to college, but stuff was just too much. And then eventually moved back to Chicago and found comedy. And after working at the phone company and all that stuff, just, you know, kind of living life. And comedy was my way again. I could have been a politician, but I think I have a hell of a lot of influence in doing what I'm doing. And so it's just up to me to use it to its greatest potential.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. So what's the most embarrassing moment you had in the business?
I've had a few embarrassing. I've had a few embarrassing moments. I don't know. I haven't had too many on stage, if you will.
Okay.
Never really been booed that much or nothing like that.
But you have bombed, right?
Oh, I've done less. I've been less than pleasurable to myself. Yeah. Somebody laughed, you know what I'm saying? But because bombs are so many things, you know what I'm saying? But I've done less than what I know I could have done.
I have been less than pleasurable to myself.
Write that down, Lo. Write that down.
Yes,
I wrote it down. I've been
when you know you can do better, to me, that's a bomb.
Right.
So I know I could have done better.
I like that. I like that
even
phrase.
If people were laughing, I know I could have did better.
You could delivered it better.
Hell yeah. I knew I could have studied more, wrote some shit out, been more thoughtful. And so in that's embarrassing at times, you know what I mean? But it's part of the game and it's part of what strengthens you. And you have to say like, okay, well then what you finna do? You finna bomb the rest of this, or you finna, turn this around and say something worthwhile. And so that's when you get into your head and go, turn this shit around.
Right.
And close out with a bang. You know what I'm saying? Make these things, it's worth, you know what I mean? It's worth their money. Make it worth their money. So I had an embarrassing moment. When you say embarrassing moment to me, it was this one time I was dating. I wasn't dating him, but we had went out, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And we were around other people. He was an NBA player, right? And so I have not, I'm just going to say what happened and y'all take it as y'all will. I'm at dinner and we were with a lot of different people, you know what I'm saying? Group situation, you know what I'm saying? After an event or whatever. But we had taken special time with each other. So he knew I was there, for him, that kind of thing. We spent time together, whatever. Anyway, we having dinner and the bill comes, right? And and this when I was like 22, 23. I can't remember how old I was. But anyway, this type of niggas I was dating. And so when the bill comes around, I had only had like one drink and I hadn't ate that much or drank that much, but I had pulled out some money and tried to give it to him under the table for my portion of the bill. Now it's him plus 2-3 other NBA players at this table. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna pay the bill?
No, I was paying my portion.
Your portion of the bill.
I'm only saying it was embarrassing because I like tried to slip him $20 under the table.
He was like this.
And he was like, was like, oh,
that's sweet.
Of course, he pulled out a black card and was like, it's okay or whatever. But I don't know, I just turned red in the face and was like, what are you doing? Like, what type of men have you dated that you felt that you
got to slip an NBA player a 20?
Oh, a tear comes to my eye even now. It's silly. I just felt so embarrassed.
I think he respected you for it.
Yes.
He respected you.
It
went a long way. It went a long way. He laughed at you, but he was like, oh, okay. All right. She a real one. Yep. Is that what you said, E? She a real one? Is that what you said? Yeah, she a real one. Wow, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
It still makes me laugh. I wonder when I run into him again, I'll have to ask him what he thought about that, but it makes me laugh. But that was embarrassing to me.
Okay. Now,
Lo spoke about the type of men that I'm around.
You got a couple of people laughing at that. Laughing faces just popped up.
I know. Oh, Zempic ain't laughing at me.
Lo.
Yeah.
Vanessa, a shit talker. You know that. Vanessa, when you hear this, what do you think about when you hear this, Vanessa? You don't know, right?
It sounds like me zipping up. Nigga! Excuse my mouth. I was about to say it sounds like me zipping up my paddle to whoop your ass.
Come on, man.
Ping pong.
Come on,
man. Very disrespectful outburst. But me and Eric go back and forth.
Hey.
We don't play about that ping pong, tennis, fuck pickleball, and all that. Are all about table tennis. If any of y'all want to come with it, let us know. We can put it together. He came to my house and beat my ass now.
Wow.
I ain't been invited back since.
No, you have not. We got a party Saturday. You don't know nothing about it. You waxed me. You waxed me quite a few times.
It's crazy because in our building, we got ping pong tables in our building.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, Vanessa, come on to the building. Come on to the station. Let's get it in.
You done got me. We need to get back on it though.
Yeah.
And I got a couple of friends I need to bring with me though.
Come on. Okay, bring them on.
Come on now. Let's do it. Don't know.
There's a sexual connotation to this conversation. He said, you waxed me. And yes, I zipped it. So everything that I've heard after that is about, getting together. It was hilarious.
He know he know the truth. He know how we get out.
I know what it was, but I just listened to it from a sexual perception. That was my POV, and that's what I was hearing and seeing, and it sounded quite interesting. I'm gonna bring some girls over. He waxed me. Yeah,
we was all over the city trying to find tables. We went to the church.
The church.
We went to
it's what's it called?
Penn, and what's the other one we went to? The bowling alley one. Penn. We went to. We've been to a couple places looking for ping pong. Like, it's been a thing.
Like, and I'm shout out to my folks from Newport News, Virginia, and the Dory Miller Center and the Marshall Courts, where I hone my skills in the hood and the boys. Shout out to my folks.
Hilarious.
Look, you took a picture with this gentleman right there. I miss this guy so much.
Oh, John Witherspoon for sure.
I still listen. I still watch the Boondocks maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
Really?
Oh my!
Just to hear his voice,
man. It is. If you listen, one of the things about listening to the Boondocks, the unedited version of it, you hear things in the background that you missed on the first time. It's like, did they just say?
Yeah, he's great. I have a I didn't get to spend a lot of time with them, but in this business, you're blessed to like open for people, or what I mean, be on the same show with them, share the same stage, and it just meant so much because I used to even watch him on like the Richard Pryor show, and I remember watching the Richard Pryor roast, and he was a sexy mofo in them days, honey, with the little Johnny. Oh God, Johnny Witherspoon, he used to kill it. And even I was sitting in with Portia Fox, and he came through. And I got to sing with him a little bit and have some fun. So
I got a chance to talk to him when he came to the station. And I was like, man, I love you on the Boondocks. He was like, man, I was so sad when they took that thing off the air.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be doing the movie. And then he passed away.
So and the Friday remake and all of that. Now there's been so many people that have kind of passed from Debo and just Ezell and just everybody. It's been so many.
Yeah.
Now, the characters, excuse me, the name of the characters.
Big Worm.
Oh, Big Worm. Oh,
Faison love. Big Worm.
Yeah, Faison in a new movie. It's kind of like I forgot what's the name of this movie? It's kind of like a Magic Mike, the black version, but these dudes is old and retired and got to get back to it. So it's a new movie coming out. Yeah, they black strippers.
I like the concept.
Yeah. Faison is fun to work with, man. Yeah. Great.
Okay.
Awesome.
So from Big Worm to Big Daddy.
Oh, Big Daddy Kane. Now that's my birthday twin. We actually both were born on September 10th.
Okay.
So yeah. Me, him, Matt Rife. It's a couple of us born on September 10th. LaVar Walker, but Big Daddy Kane, he's always been super sweet, especially after we found out we were born on the same day. So gotta love him. He gets the job done.
Hey, and he looks like a smooth operator.
Yeah.
So from Big Worm to Big Daddy to Big Boy.
Oh, Big Boy! Yeah. So just appreciate everyone that comes through and appreciates comedy. We were in Stockbridge. Henry Welch was hosting a show out in Stockbridge, and he's friends with Big Boy and that kind of thing. So he just came through and showed me a lot of love and stuff like that. So yeah. The A shows up and shows out.
Yeah, you perform all over the place. So who walked up to you that you had no idea that was in the club was like, oh my God, okay.
The one that it was Estelle when I was in London. I was performing in the UK and she had just came out, and American Boy. Yeah, American Boy had just came out, but I used to download her stuff off LimeWire.
Okay.
So she had some some cuts that wasn't out. You know what I'm saying? That kind of came out that was just on LimeWire, that type of stuff. But I was such a big fan of hers. and there was this some either football player of some sort that was there, and I was talking to him, and I said, to be honest, if I could meet anybody, it would just be Estelle, and I just being here in the UK, I just wish I could run into her or whatever. And he said, "Are you kidding me? She was on the front row." I was like, "What?" Yeah, he was like, "Yes, she was on the front row. She loves it. She loved you." And I found her, and we've been friends ever since, actually. And so that was like great. Whenever that it came out. Yeah. And we've hung out. I haven't seen her in a couple. In fact, she needs to come on the Nappy Boy Radio podcast. So now that we're talking about it, I'm gonna have to hit her up. But Estelle, if I could say anybody that like Virgo Nation all the way, Tammy, what's up? Virgos don't play, honey. Honey, Virgos do not play. We don't play them games, honey. Dave Chappelle, Beyonce, we all Virgos, honey. We goes hard. But yeah, shout out to Estelle, man. Like, I just was such a fan, and to meet her and to know she was just in my show and didn't even know she was there, like, just tripped me out. There's been some others over the year. Oh, what's his name? He's all this shit happened in the UK. Heavyweight boxer. No, the young guy.
A UK?
Yeah.
Yeah. A young guy?
Oh yeah.
I don't know this one. Only person.
Johnson. Oh no, he's everything.
You gonna look for?
Oh yeah, heavyweight boxer. This some years ago. Where is Anthony Joshua? Woo!
We have to look him up.
Oh, yeah, I don't even know who that is. If you into boxing, Anthony Joshua was the business. At the time, though, he was just, I think he had won in the Olympics or something like that. But anyway, I was doing these shows, UK LOL. Shout out to the LOL UK show. And he was on the front row. And I had this joke or something. I used to sell panties at the end of my show that said murderous pussy. You go with this joke I used to tell. Okay. But anyway, I told the joke on Def Jam about not having murderous pussy. I got like fisticuff pussy, like dudes fight over my pussy, but they're not gonna kill nobody. I got bar fight pussy. I got, some women. Anyway, point is, it's a very funny joke.
Okay.
But I would come out, and anyway, I was holding these panties. I said, "Here, hold my panties." That's me. You ain't finna kill nobody.
I'm just making a mental
You
note.
will fight.
Right.
You will tear the club up about my.
And you said it was 2008, right?
When I
had Def Jam, you was on Def Jam 2008.
Oh yeah.
And who else was on there with you?
Tiffany Haddish. DL Hughley hosted it. She was the first one that came to mind because we was
that's when DL was hosting it. All right.
Because we was all on there together that year. I was on with Patrice O'Neal. He was on my.
He was on that same show.
Oh God, we were on the same show. Gilson living from Canada. Then it was me, and then Patrice O'Neal, honey. He came up after me, and he said that he's like, okay, because I got a nice little stand to know. He said he had to calm everybody down a little bit because he gonna come and put the women in check. I was coming and uplifting, you know what I mean, or whatever.
But Tiffany had the short hair. Was she wearing short hair on that show?
Who, Tiff?
Yeah.
No, she had a ponytail. If I remember, I had a big afro. Okay, I had a big old afro, and she had a.
I'm gonna look it up. I got the whole series somewhere.
Oh man, that was the year that DL Hughley hosted. It was a good year. It was a lot of funny people that year. I can't even begin. Damon Wayans Jr. Was on there. Lord, why is her name messing me up right now? Gina Yashere and just all kind of people. I just can't think because it was just it's a big ass season full of people.
Right.
It was in 2008.
Yeah, that is 15 years ago.
Yeah, my memory is oh God, was it 15 years ago?
Yeah, that's 15.
But dream come true. Sitting at home watching it as a kid, running home telling people about the people you see on Def Jam, and then you end up on Def Jam. Like that's what I love that kind of stuff.
Eric and I, we were in Richmond at the time.
Yeah, I would literally get off the air and then go to the club and I watched Def Jam.
And then we would go out to the club.
Then we go out to the club.
Yeah, that's right.
It was everything.
Right.
You can miss it.
It was everything. It was everything. Martin's hosting was incredible. So many hosts and so many things. It was just incredible. So
just think about that. We wouldn't go out until after it went off. And it was only 30 minutes, right?
It was only 30 minutes. 11:30 to midnight.
Yep.
Yeah, TV was important back then.
Yep. That's right.
And you go to the club.
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
Yeah, TV was super important
and
back
living
then.
color too.
Oh gosh, yes.
We were living in Chester at that time, E. We were roommates in Chester when Living Color was popping.
Yeah, that's been a minute. Speaking of boxing.
Oh, I thought you was finna do something else. I was finna be so mad at you.
No, I ain't putting your self-defense stuff up.
I thought you was gonna show a picture of the other person, and I was like, "You foul." But yeah, Evander Holyfield, yeah, super dope. Love all the boxes. I like sports.
It's crazy because Evander's house is right around the corner from mine, and now
the one Rick Ross owns.
Now it's Rick Ross's house.
How do you buy that house and do that? And gonna act all belligerent with the neighbors?
Oh yeah, he had his car show last Saturday.
Did he?
He sure did.
Mm-hmm. Did they fix the power lines?
I guess. I mean, from what I'm told, it went off without a hitch.
I don't like it for the community.
I had a friend. I got friends that live out in that community. Unless
you giving them a voucher or giving them a different route to get to their homes and stuff like that, I think it's quite selfish. I'm not saying he don't make money moves, you know what I'm saying? But to be so indignant with people that have lived there for so many years before you, I just think it's a little bit. Now, maybe he made some kind of allowances, you know what I mean, kind of off air. But the way he was acting and stuff like that, I'm like, you're not the kind of neighbor I want, Chad.
You're right about that.
And to have that much money, why you didn't go somewhere off in the cut? Why is you off here right by the Publix? Like, it just don't make no sense. It's like a little high school and a Target across the street. Like, why is you right here?
Yeah, you get the church right across the street.
It's a high traffic area. And I just like, with all that going on, I just wouldn't want all if I live in exuberance and I live in I don't want it right up on some normal shit.
That's where the house is, right across the street from a Publix?
It's from across the street from
a Wingstop and a Target.
Okay.
Cut it out. It's across the street from that.
It's across the street.
A church and a high school.
And he owned the Wingstop.
He owned plenty of them.
He owned plenty of Wingstop now. Yeah. Again, man makes money moves. Yeah. I'm not trying to diss that, but that doesn't mean all money is not to be respected, in my opinion. You know what I mean? There's people that do all kind of backdoor business, and I mean that literally for funds. I'm not going to envy that or sometime or somehow hold you in high regard just because of your bank account. So you can miss me with that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened to neighborhood, you know what I mean?
Etiquette.
Etiquette. There you go.
Etiquette, right.
And just being thoughtful. And if you got it like that, why are you flaunting it in a space, in such a space? Why don't you go with like-minded people or at least like riches? You know what I'm saying? Because you're definitely not like-minded.
I think this is his third year doing it.
Yeah, and I don't know if you're trolling me as a person that doesn't have as much as you, but you could take that shit somewhere where I can't see it. I don't need you to be showing me your exuberance while I drive my minimum wage ass. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to go to the Target. Why are you even at Target? You should be at some specialty store. Take your ass on somewhere. I think you're trolling me. I can shut down the street when I want to shut down the street. Yeah. But why don't you just go show friends that do that often? That kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what he was saying?
That's how he was acting. Why don't you get yourself on Celebrity Prank Wars and deal with your other celebrity friends instead of people that are just trying to live their daily life and not have to keep up with the Rosses. You know what I'm saying?
It made the news around here.
Oh, it made lots of news.
It made the news around here.
I don't want all that rigmarole on my block. I wish I would.
Well, how did the people from ATL and the surrounding areas feel about him? Because he's not from there. He's really from Miami. How they feel about him coming there and doing that stuff in their neighborhood?
They like Ross.
They like him, so it doesn't matter. It's okay.
No, the thing about it is the older community, and it's well-to-do Black folks. The guy that owns one of the largest soul food restaurants. This is it.
This is it.
Yeah, they're out there. They got a documentary coming out about how it started to how it got to, because he's got like 15 to 20 stores.
Bless his heart. I'm tired of documentaries, though. I don't give a shit. I was just at his in Fayetteville at the headquarters at a function. And God bless them. You know, and they're making one. I live in Douglasville, actually, and they're making one up the street, not far. Right. You know what I'm saying? In our little spectrum. Right. Yeah, so I mean it's big, but I just don't need to. Y'all need to die first, then show me the documentary. I don't even want to see these documentaries that he's alive, folks. You know what I mean? It just is annoying to me. I think I seen one. What was it? Travis Scott? Nigga, I don't give a fuck. You ain't even as old as me. Why am I sitting here watching this shit? Show me Marvin Gaye. Show me Barry Gordy. Show me Quincy Jones.
Right.
I don't want to see this shit. But that's me. That's me, not everybody else. Y'all can tell it's getting late because I'm.
What's in the cup?
What's in the cup? Yeah. Take another sip. Take another sip. We're here all week.
What's in the cup?
Show me Tina Turner. I can't stand the rain against my window.
I got one last section that I did pull.
Okay, let's go.
And it's sentimental because I miss him too.
Oh, Brother Jones.
Brother Jones.
I thought you was finna pull up Michael K.
No, you know I'm a dog lover.
Yeah.
I didn't know who you was finna pull up because I got a few that I just don't post when they pass.
Right.
No, Brother Jones.
Brother Jones.
That's my dog, man. He helped me find my husband. He helped me kind of settle myself in a little bit. That was a good dog. You met Brother Jones.
Brother Jones.
Brother Jones.
Brother Jones.
Man, we had to give him a full-on funeral service, man. He deserved it. He was very good to me.
So a dog will slow you down because you got to come home every night to walk him.
Exactly.
Yep.
You can't be out all the night.
If you do, I'll be up at 5 a.m. like, oh, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go feed Brother Jones.
If folks be like, you gotta leave? Yeah, I gotta leave.
Oh, Brother Jones, I'm getting sick of him. I'm like, listen.
It's 5 a.m. I gotta get out of here.
I gotta get out of here because Brother Jones is not gonna be happy if
I'm get on out of here.
Yeah, the kids get to a point that they can take care of themselves. You know what I mean? To a point, they can make their own, breakfast as they should, because you have to teach them to be young adults. But the dog always, there's a certain amount of responsibility I have to have there. And then I don't know, he was just a good partner. I don't know, he was great.
So, are you still? I take it you're still excited about the business
of comedy.
Yeah, of comedy, yeah. Sometimes you can get burned out by it, whatever.
It's off and on. I do get burnt out. Right now, I'm kind of in a middle stage. I'm kind of excited to tell some new material. So I have a show coming up Father's Day weekend in JPAC, New Jersey, Performing Arts Center with Earthquake and Nephew Tommy and Donnell Rollins and Tony Roberts.
Ashy Larry.
Yeah, so I mean, it keeps you excited. And then when I keep seeing comedy that doesn't represent me, when I can't find people that I find funny where I'm like, oh, I'm going through that, or oh, you know what I'm saying? I don't find sometimes with women, I can enjoy stuff, but I still don't see me. And, so I know that I'm needed and I have to get get it together, dust my butt off and get back out there. I mean, when you're doing 20 plus years, you can get a little exhausted.
True. So I know you just did the movie.
Praise This
with was it
Chloe Bailey and Tristan McWilds and Lauren Lott and Burgundy Baker and Jacqueline Carr and Corinne Hawthorne and Drewski and Country Wayne and yeah, so many awesome people were in that movie. So
are you looking to further that heavily in terms of acting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and creating my own shows, because like I say, a lot of times you don't necessarily see yourself represented. There's a few shows now that are coming out that I feel I can see myself in, but you always want to put your mark and put your stamp on something, and I feel that in myself. I can definitely see that happening for me. So yeah, lots more acting, lots more writing, and again, lots more stand up.
Okay.
Yeah, I love stand up. Like I say, some of these stand up's great. Yeah. Okay. Funny is fun, and we get a lot of that on the passing by when we're on these social media networks and stuff like that. But I think it's super great when you actually get your butt up and come to a show and feel the experience of being in a live audience. It's a different feel than laughing at comedy online. And I still pride myself heavily on being able to give a really, really great live show. So
good stuff. Well, Miss Vanessa.
Yes.
I truly appreciate that you took the time out, because my worry was like, oh shit, you might get a gig tonight and be like, hey, I got to go.
Well, I turned down some VIP tickets
thank you.
to a game tonight, so it's all good. But
what type of game? Because I can take care of that.
I know it was the baseball game, but when you be in the
Mets.
But
the Braves and the Mets, yeah.
But the good booth with the lobster and the VIP,
okay,
the valet and all that. So yeah,
I got sweets. I got basketball. I got football coming.
I know, but like we get good sweet. But when it's the sweet.
Okay, the sweet.
The sweet. You know what I mean? So this is one of them.
We get an Arthur Blank suite. I got it.
You know what I mean? Like we get the sweet, but then you get the
Arthur Blank suite. Okay.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So he had the sweet right behind home plate and all that. Like it was the sweet. So but I said, go on, have yourself some
jaded
fun.
folks, boy.
want the sweet enough.
Yeah, the sweet.
We need the sweet. You know, when they got the premium food and liquor. Right, you know, right. It ain't just wine and beer. It's premium liquor, premium food.
Top shelf.
Top shelf. Yeah. So yeah. No, it's my pleasure. One of the 4 commitments is being impeccable with your word. And so I always want to be that. And if I say I'm going to do something, I definitely want to do that and be there. And so, yeah.
Respect.
When you write your first movie,
we're gonna be in something together, Eric, because we're both really great actors. So I feel it, you know, Lit. I don't know what the fuck you do, but Eric, me and you, I'm playing Lit.
You just call me Lit. Yeah, I do a little bit of everything.
I can tell. But I do speak that, Eric. You know, I do believe we're gonna be in some stuff together or whatever. But yes, please continue to look out for me if you're in the Atlanta area. I'll be at Uptown Comedy Club on August 4th. I know it's a little bit ways away, but time, you know, it'll be moving.
Going to South Florida anytime?
In Florida?
Miami.
Because I'm in Miami.
You down in Miami?
I'm there for like personal reasons, not like business right now. You know what? The podcast has been going so good and it keeps me busy to a point that I haven't been on the road as much doing comedy, but I'm going to get back out there because we're kind of on a hiatus because T-Pain is on his Road to Wisconsin tour. So if you see that out, get some tickets to see T-Pain and the Wisconsin tour. It's a lot of really great artists on there. What's my IG? It's at Vanessa Fraction. My name is Vanessa, Vanessa, last name Fraction, just like math, Fraction. So that's at Vanessa Fraction, and that's on any kind of social media. Take the time to follow me on YouTube as well, because I'm putting some new stuff up there. And that's at Vanessa Fraction and on Facebook and all that stuff. So yeah.
I love VANESSA.
Double SA, baby. My rap game ain't shit. But I wish it was like VANESSA, make you say, hey, make you go, you know what I mean? You wish that I could continue, but it stops at about 4 bars.
You got 4 bars.
Not even 8, definitely not 16.
Oh, man.
Checking out your R. Kelly.
That clip is hilarious. That clip is hilarious. So make sure that y'all listen and check me out live. Like I said, come to Uptown Comedy Corner. It's Black owned. I was just on this show too because I love to shout out Black owned businesses. If you're in Atlanta, I was on this show called the Black Friday Report. It comes on Peachtree TV. My girl Symphony Thompson hosts it. In the sand. I was at Super Ranch, and it's a horseback riding ranch. It's here in Atlanta. So check it out.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Appropriate song in front of my daddy.
Oh, this is that clip.
Y'all can't hear that, could y'all?
We can hear it.
Oh, we can hear
it. Just a little dripping with sweat and getting real wet is all I want to get tonight. And we had dance all the moves. And we doing I'm 14. Just a little wet is all I want to get tonight. Just a little. That was like the part everybody wanted to do that. The bridge was the best. We was like, wet me, won't you get me? Get me wet. We were trying to harmonize.
Okay, I'm following you.
I was talking about this when we first turned on the wet joke.
Man, that song used to hit, but I'm actually gonna be recording an album with that song on it and some other crazy songs. So
you know Christina Payne?
I do know Christina.
Yeah, that's my girl. That's my girl.
Frank's house together, like when I was in LA last. Yeah.
That's my girl.
Hampton Roads. You talking about in Virginia?
Yep.
Yeah.
I used to do the Funny Bone in Virginia Beach a lot. I need to call and do it. I need to get back on the road. I need to quit being an asshole. But marriage keeps me home. I don't be wanting to get out. You got to like sit at home the first couple years to make sure you don't fuck up. You got to stay close to the nest.
How long you been married?
2 years.
Oh, okay.
You got to stay close to the nest.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
This is first
time? This is my first marriage. But like people will be trying you. And I always tell people I got marital amnesia. I don't remember nothing before I got married. So do not walk up to me talking about, you remember when? Do you know me? I don't know shit. And neither should you.
Mental amnesia.
I got marital amnesia.
Write that one down.
We was just on vacation in the Bahamas. In Jamaica, excuse me. And we at the resort. Why I see this high school boyfriend of mine. I went to his prom. And that's where I left it.
Hey.
I said we went to prom together. I told my husband whatever, but so he ended up being at the and I was wondering, should I introduce him or what should I do? Because I wasn't sure, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And so I ended up seeing him at the bar while I'm getting a drink, and I tried to ignore him, but then he saw me and I was like, hey, so and so, I didn't want to say his name. And he was with his cousin, was like, I said, yeah, we went to prom together, and he gonna go, it was more than that. I was like, this is why I ain't say nothing to you in front of my husband. That is so inappropriate. Now, yes, you want me to tell him we had a miscarriage and you cheated on me? What the fuck you want me to say off in here? Yeah, it was more. Want me to tell him how I wrecked your car? What do you want me to talk about? Right. It was more than that. Yeah, we know that, but shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Or how you gave me a venereal disease and all that. Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah. Right. Like, no. You gave me crabs.
Remember when I had to cut your hair down? Remember that when we was using the comb? Remember because we had never used the comb before. Remember that?
And remember that night when you got drunk and you got butt naked and you went jumping in the pool and you went skinny dipping?
Hey,
yeah, all that. All that.
It's going deep.
Yeah, all that, right?
But you are right. It'd be like, what do you want me to say? I said we went to prom together, which means you probably, you know what I mean?
But ladies now know how to respond in a situation like that. Embarrass him.
No, see, my whole thing is all he had to do was like, we went to prom together. He'd be like, yeah,
No, but if he puts you in that uncomfortable situation, then you just reverse it.
God, I just walked away. I ain't got time to be. It was more than that. I said, and you're inappropriate, honey. Let me go back to my amnesia. No, I don't.
I'm sorry. I was thinking about the 20. I was thinking about the 23-year-old you. The 23-year-old would have put him on blast, right?
Like, you got 4 sisters, and remember this? Man, I do got 4 sisters, but I don't remember you. Remember you used to stay at so-and-so address? I do remember that, but I don't remember you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna pull me in. You better forget yourself.
Vanessa keeps it real.
That's right. It's been a pleasure, Vanessa.
It's definitely a pleasure. Yes, thank you, E. Thank you, Lit. Yes. I'm gonna call you now.
Call me Lit. I use it. I was the first one to introduce it.
Okay.
I was. I was saying it before.
We have no way to verify that, but
yes, I do. I got people in Miami that know I was saying it on the radio before it became a popular phrase to say.
Before it was lit.
I was saying it. Because it's Lorenzo Ice-T.
Right.
Like the L-I-T, the C-I-T, always on fire. I stay lit.
He was the one who saying Audi 5000 and shit.
Ooh. I used to say that. I said that back in Richmond, we used to say that.
We Audi 5.
Audi 5, baby.
Yeah.
Audi 5. How can they find you, Lo?
At Vanessa Fraction, go to my website. I do have a website, Vanessa Fraction.
Right.
I'm very Googleable. I'm very Googleable. So follow me, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff, please.
All right, you can find me on Twitter at Lorenzo Thomas, on IG at Lorenzo Ice-T. That's Lorenzo ICETEA. And then you can hear me on Star 94.5 Monday through Fridays, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. You can also hear me on Hot 105 Saturday nights from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Oh, you can catch me at Convo with the DJ on all of my platforms. Shout out to Bernard Leach. He says we were crazy.
Hey, Bernard!
And Nard used to do comedy too for years.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Nard did comedy, a whole lot of comedy.
Okay.
Yes, you can catch me at Convo with the DJ, as well as you can also catch me on 100 Hip Hop and R&B FM every night, except for Sundays. I'm on there pretty much every day.
Yes,
so Vanessa, Lo, go on. Y'all go ahead on into the green room. We got to make this thing official because we got to shout out first and foremost the Miami Sports Network for allowing us to be on their podcast platform. They got well over 10,000 followers. We truly appreciate it. We will see you guys next week, Lo. We got some more folks coming on. Love you, Vanessa. Hold on.
Love you back.
Second. Here we go.